What is going on, everybody? Today we're looking at the NECA Toys Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the Turtle Van. So we finally got our Turtle Van that looks really cool, straight out of the cartoon. And as you can see on the front here with this awesome artwork, what we're going to see the Turtle Van look like. And it's cool to have him here with all of our turtles around. So we have April and Donatello in the driver's area. Then we have Michelangelo on a gun, Leonardo up top, and Raphael fighting a foot soldier over here. And it's cool. We have the Channel 6 tower here in the background with a reflection of King. So just a lot of stuff going on the front cover here that just looks so cool. So beautiful artwork for this box. And of course, we're mostly getting the Turtle Van out of this. No other figures or anything coming along with it. But I think it looks cool. And if we spin the box around, we do have a picture on the side. So there's what it's going to look like, showing how the turtles fit inside the van. And on the other side, we have just the van itself. On the back, of course, we have more of the like sort of comic pictures, as I say, with the little panels, again, showing off the van with the turtles doing their different stuff inside of it. And then we do also have the bottom, which, yeah, I think this is upside down. If we spin around here, you can see all like the interior like sort of features and stuff that the turtle van will have that will kind of go through and everything there. So that all looks pretty cool. So I don't think there's going to be a whole lot to this van. It's just mostly that they made this van to go along with all of our other NECA turtles, which is exciting. So let's go ahead and check out the van itself. So here we have the Turtle Van, which was formerly an ordinary van of Baxter Stockman that the Turtles took, and Donatello rebuilt it into the party wagon that was more suited for the Turtles' needs. So just to give you some specs on this van, this is 14 inches long, so from front to back. It's 8 inches wide, so from side to side, and then it's 12 inches tall, so all the way in the back, probably to the top of the fin back here. And overall, I think it looks pretty cool. As you saw from the picture, it does look almost identical to what it does from the show. So it's got, directly that look. There are different versions like the Super 7 that looks more like the old Playmates version, and then I know there's been some third party as well that has some variant looks to it, but overall looks for the show, this is almost identical. Now I do feel this could be a lot better. Like if you want to go see reviews of some of those other vans, you can sort of pick and make up your mind of whatever you like the most. I do like this one a lot because to me it's overall I think the smallest, so for shelf wise and stuff, the smaller the better. Helps save some space, but then being more accurate to the show is also good. But I feel overall construction wise this could have been constructed a lot better, and I'll kind of go through some of that. But overall I think it looks pretty good. So we have the front of the van, so we have like the turtle little bumper type thing here, whatever it is on the front. I call it bumper because it's like puffed out, but it got the turtle shell with the turtles across it there. We do have light up lights, so I still need to pull the tag out to get the batteries to fully work. But then we have the actual bumper in the front that has like the turtle mouth design, which is always pretty fun. Then we have the front windshield there, so of course there is some like plastic in there, so they are completely enclosed. And then we have the two rear view mirrors on the side there as well, going all the way up to the roof, where we have some lights up top, which look like these aren't real lights. That's what they're supposed to be, but they're not real. And then we have a satellite dish here as well that can spin around. So that all looks pretty cool. But then we go to the side where we can get to the front door. So front doors into the front cabin here. So this is one thing that if we open, it's only hinged here on this one little section. So right in here. And of course, if you've ever messed with any NECA figures, usually you have to like heat them up and stuff to get the joints all loose because of the paint they use. And then their joints break pretty easily if you're not careful as well. So that all does apply to this as well. So if you got this and you are starting to like open doors and it doesn't feel comfortable, try heating them up and see if that helps with any. But yeah, the doors are just on this one single hinge, so the hinge doesn't hold a whole lot, so the door is kind of like flappy as you see here. So it's just very cautious of possibly some of these doors breaking off of the hinges just because they're just these small little hinges and not a lot holding them on. But it does still function, so it does open and close. There's like a little section here you can grab onto, but as you see, as you pull the door open, it sort of falls out of the frame section there. So it's just minor things like that like I said, construction wise could be made a little bit better. But then we get inside the cabin, so you can see we have the bench seat here, so you can fit easily 2 characters on there, maybe even 3. But we have the driver's side all the way over there, so they can sit right in front of the steering wheel. And there's a nice like dash cam, not a whole lot onto it, it's pretty bare, but there are some like little buttons and designs and stuff there. But like I said, you can easily fit 2 characters inside of there sitting down. And obviously the doors do open on both sides. I'm just on this side to show you. So we have that door. Then we can go to the side door that opens up, and we'll have some functions with this side door. But again, you got to just get it open. So this one has the top hatch section that does open up there like that. So we have the door, and again, it's going to be on the same sort of like hinge design. So it's just this one small hinge right here. And again, it kind of is a little bit flappy and not like the most sturdiest thing. So again, could break probably real easy. I haven't seen anybody have any break ones like online. I've never seen them posting like, they've already broken, but it is just a possibility that would not surprise me at all with this. And then this lower section does open up for this like little ramp to go in and out of the van. So we have that little section, and of course that opens up to the inside that we will see there. The other side does open, so we have two of those. It looks like that's just a full fold down door instead of this upper section here, but this works for the function of like the seat and stuff that we're gonna get. So we have that side door, and again you can just close this all up, and again the way it sits, you have to kind of like get it pushed in to be able to get it fully enclosed there. And then we can spin out. Of course we do have the side profile, which looks really cool. Again with the wheels, you know, do look very cartoonish, like straight out of cartoons. We do have a little like platform section, you know, to help get up into the vehicle, so that's pretty nice. We do have the green turtle shell design up top for the roof, so that's pretty cool. And I do know this was a thing that was much more like humped as the original pictures came out for this, and then as time went on they decided to cut it down because people are like, that looks crazy with as much of a hump, so they decided to flatten it down a little more. And there will be some function up there as we get to it. But if we spin around to the back, we can see the back here, and it does look like it will have some lights here in the back as well for the brake lights. But we have the back doors that do open. Now again, these are a little bit difficult to open up, again on the single hinge, so got to be careful with it. But they do open up with the double back doors there to see more on the inside, where we do have some panels on each of the sides. So I have all the technology stuff that Donnie's added in for the turtles to use to be able to find Shredder and the foot. So we just have that stuff going on inside there. And again, obviously we can close the doors back up and finally go to the final side, where again pretty much for this we'll just be doing this side door that, like I said, does open up as well, but this one just folds down. Now this one was pretty difficult to get open. I did have to go in through the top, or you could do around the back, whatever, and reach inside and push on it because there's no real like sections to like grab onto, so you just have to get it open. But this one just opens down as a ramp there, so it just kind of sits like that, so it just gives you a full open door for that side. And then of course back around to our front door, that's going to be exactly like the one on the other side to get in there to the driver's side. So pretty cool overall for that. Like I said, it's not built 100% like the best, but it overall, like I said, look wise is the most identical to the show. But then we can try to go up top. So on top of the van we do have some doors that open up, so we do have this hatch that opens up on the top to be able to like come out and, you know, stuff, so turtles can get up to go on top of the van or do whatever they want there. So we do have just this hatch that opens up at the top to give you some function and access to the inside. Again, the hinges, these at least have two hinge pieces, but still don't really seem the best, and still to be out of line you got to kind of adjust it there to be able to get them closed back together perfectly. And then while we're on top here, of course, have that fin on the top there, so the big fin section, you know, for aerodynamics I guess. And then we do have the sections here for the guns that can go in with these sort of ratchety pieces, which of course popping them, if you hear that, is pretty crazy, so got to be careful with that. But we have that section there that we can get two of the laser guns to go into. So we'll go and start throwing in our extra accessories. So we have the two laser guns here that we can take and pop into the top. So there are the two laser guns. Of course, they're always going to be pointing up, which is kind of crazy. I wish they'd be like lower down to be able to shoot more forward, but they're always going to be pointing up in the air like this. And again, straight out of the cartoon with the having the guns on them. And again, with that ratchet design, you can like point them up and stuff. I don't know why they need to be shooting straight up in the air like that, but it does have the ratchet, and you can just get them pointing. That's as far down as they will go there. So we do have those extra guns. But going back down, and while we're on this side here, we'll go ahead and put in the extra panel that goes on this side. So we have this panel that's supposed to have their laser gun, or like laser chair I guess it's called. So it's supposed to have that, but that will function on the other side. But this side it's just sort of an all folded flat down version of it. And with this we can take and stick it onto this. So on this door section there are like these 4 peg sections that go into the pegs here on the back, so you just clip this on. So you can attach this section on there, so again it has that chair sort of all folded down flat, and you can push this up and close it in there with it. Now I don't know how well this will stick on, like obviously I'm pulling on it here and it's not just falling off. I think it's mostly just gripped on by like the paint design of this, but you can see I also can't get it like fully down, like clipped onto this section. It just kind of sits on there, but like I said, with the friction of the paint and everything, it sort of sticks in. And with that we can close up the door with all that on. You just got to kind of adjust it to be able to get the door to shut all the way back. So I have that panel folded up in there, but I'll go and just open all this up to have more light inside, because we do get a wall panel that goes in here, so I'm hoping to open this up and get more light in there so you'll be able to see. So hopefully with all that open you can see we do have the back of the seat there. So the back of the seats, well, we do have wall panels, so we do have just this brown wall panel that you can take and stick in here, and it just sticks on the back of the seat like that. So it's just a panel, so it's not just all flat, you know, adds some sort of design into it. And I think this is labeled as like a tech wall, so it's just, you know, this wall with some sort of design onto it, so we get that option. But then we have this other option of of what they call the battle wall. So it does have a set of ladders, so this allows access to the top of the open roof, and then all sorts of designs. So we have some extra little missiles and like little panels and stuff. So not a whole lot to. I don't know why it's called battle wall, besides being able to get up top to be able to go out into battle. So you can probably drop this down through the roof and then be able to attach it to the back of the seat as well. So I don't know if I fully got it on there, but there it is, just placed in the back. Like I said, it adds that ladder to be able to get to the roof access and just adds more details in there, so you can pick and choose between either one. So like I said, with this, it completely cuts off from the front section, so there's no way to get in out, where if you do the other wall section, the brown one, it does, you know, still allow to be able to pass through and see people in the front section. So you can just pick and choose either one. Like I said, I kind of like this because it kind of closes it off there, but then it also does make the cab section a little cramped, it does feel like. But then we can spin it around and go to this other side door, where on this side with the door open, we can attach this unfolded version of the seat. So we have this laser chair where you can set a turtle in, and they can control and shoot out lasers, so they can be shooting at whoever. And as you see, it does have this design where you stick the pegs into it and it sort of slides down. So we have this we can attach on, so it sits on the side there, so you can open up this side door and have a turtle sitting in this and shooting from the gun. Now of course, putting a turtle on this and it's all on this hinged door, you do have to be careful, like I assume, but adding too much weight will possibly break this door, so that's something we'll just have to be careful and worry about. But it's cool that it is included. Now of course, this all like popped together, so the back went into the space section as well as this gun piece. So getting them out, I don't know how easy or hard it's going to be. I don't know if it's a thing that we put it together like this and it's going to have to stay together, because that could be a problem. But you can easily just slide this back off, as I showed you, like put it on, you can slide it back off, so you can obviously shut the door again and all that. But then you just have this whole thing, you'd probably just have to slide in the back and store it, but then you just have this whole thing to worry about. So like I said, I'm not sure how easy this will pop back apart, but we do have this, so we can take them, put a turtle inside this. So for our demonstration, we will be using our standard Donatello figure, so let's go and try and put him in the seat. So there I have Donatello in the laser chair. Now one thing, I don't know if you have to use a certain turtle or what the deal is, but he has these straps, so I got the straps around him, but they connect right into this section. So you take like the black strap and connect it there, but as you can see, that's as close as I can get it to go with pulling it as tight as I can around Donatello. So I don't know if you have to use a certain turtle, because he does have the little section for his bow staff there in the back, so I'm not sure if it has to use a certain thing or not. But there we just do have Donatello, so it does sit in the chair. So of course, as it's rolling along, you can have a turtle sticking out of the side like that, which I guess is pretty cool. So at least we tried a turtle in the chair. And then of course, we need to try and fit our characters into the front seat. So let's go ahead and put Donatello, and then we do also have April as well, so you can see how like an actual normal size human will fit, as well as the turtles in the front seat. So there's April and Donatello in the front seat. April does look like a little too small, like she doesn't look like she fits in there very well. Like she needs to be a little bit bigger to fit in there fully, so it doesn't seem like it's the right size. But of course, they do have to have it big enough for the turtles, and Donatello does feel like he's filling up that space. So especially with like the turtle shell on the back, you know, does sort of fill him up and sit him closer to the front. But that's just what they look like in there, so I guess that does look pretty cool. You know, they do fit in there, so if they didn't fit, that would be an issue, but I think they both look good there. And finally, I just took out the battery thing, so the lights should work now, hopefully. I don't know how they light up. I don't know if there's any buttons anywhere. So there is an on-off switch on the bottom, so you just turn it on, and so the headlights come up there, which I thought these little red lights, because they look like they'd be lights as well, would light up, but they're currently not doing anything. And as I kind of showed, I don't know if there's any buttons anywhere that do anything. But if we do spin around to the back, we do see that the brake lights are on as well, so we have the two lights on there. So that's pretty cool that it lights up. Of course, with the light up features on vehicles like this, we never use them, so it's not like those really matter to us. It's just nice that they are included, you know, add some more features to it, but that's pretty cool. And then I did almost forget that the roof does come off of the cab section here as well. So if you want to have better access to the cab, the whole roof section does come off, like I said, and gives you better access there. And that's even cool kind of seeing it. There is supposed to be like a light design. Obviously it doesn't light up, but it's got that light design in there. So you can easily get better access and probably get that wall in a little bit better, since I was struggling with that. Probably put it in wrong, but yeah, you can easily get access to that by taking the roof off as well. So it just adds more ability to get in and mess around with stuff. But I think that's going to be it for our NECA Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Turtle Van. Not much more to go with it. Like I said, it doesn't come with any special characters or anything. You just have to use the characters we've already had. But we do get the additional functions with like the laser chair that can go on to the door. And of course the folded down one that's sort of flat or whatever on the other door. And then that panel we can switch out to how we have the battle wall with the ladder that goes up to the roof. So if you open up the roof, you know, turtles can get in and out of it. But then just, you know, everything else is sort of built into it. Not a whole lot extra there. But like I said, I do like this a lot because it is a smaller scale and really accurate to the cartoon, so that makes me like it a lot. But some of the others I think function a little bit better overall. But let me know what you thought of the NECA Turtle Van down in the comments, and if you enjoyed my review, let me know with a thumbs up. But I want to thank you all for watching. I hope you all stay awesome out there, and I'll see you in our next review.